All right, YouTube, good morning. Very excited to just do a quick intro on this knife. This is the Condor Undertaker Bowie knife. Condor, right side of the blade, El Salvador. So, I got this knife recently through a trade. A good friend of mine, fellow Marine Corps veteran, and I knew that Condor makes very nice knives. I've had a couple of them, and I'm going to tell you right now, I did not expect this knife to be this good. Nice thick 1075 carbon steel, thick spine, good front heavy chopping style Bowie. It does have a hollow grind, which I know a lot of guys, really don't like to chop with those because the blade steel is thinned out, very much toward the edge there. So maybe you would call this more of a fighter style, but this is probably the most beautiful Bowie knife I've ever seen. It's curvy, it's bellied, that clip is just aggressively clipped and swedged. There's only one thing with this Undertaker Bowie that I think could maybe be improved upon. I did notice this hollow ground area of the blade continues all the way to the tip. And the way that it's hollowed here, right at the tip, I don't know how well you can see that, but you get this funny kind of like hourglass thin spot right here at the tip. So I think if you were to repeatedly stab the knife into, hard wood or try prying with it, I believe this thin spot here would be a place where this blade would probably snap off right there. Which, I kind of think of that as a design flaw, but I'm not one to, stab my knives into wood and then pry on them. A lot of YouTube guys like to do that to show the toughness of their tip and stuff like that, but I try not to intentionally put any of my knives in a situation where they're likely to break. Like I said, I just got to work. It's early in the morning, so I just wanted to give a quick preview. Not really so much a review. Nice thick leather sheath with a snap that goes over the top guard here, so it doesn't go across the back to where you would slide your edge across it as you draw it. It slides against the spine as it comes out, making it less likely that you'll chop off your holder strap there. I know there's a fancy word for it, but this is unscripted. Nice thick heavy leather, generous belt loop, which makes it nice to where you can use like an ammo belt or something a lot heavier duty on the outside of your clothes to support the knife. It is very heavy, so it may not be the most comfortable to wear on your pants belt, but a secondary belt for hiking and mountain climbing, whatever you're into. Beautiful blade. It came very sharp. I have put my own edge on this just because I have the equipment to do that. But if you are not confident at sharpening, you could definitely just take this out of the box and go to work with it. It was very sharp. Beautiful knife. Brass pins that go all the way through. Coffin style handle, which has always been a favorite style of mine. I just like it's simple, elegant, no nonsense, nice simple guard, nothing crazy or extravagant. and beautiful knife. Now that the weather's turned a little colder, I'll have a little more time to post videos, to make videos and post them. And I will be making a Bowie video here very soon, comparing a couple different ones that I have. I have the Cold Steel Marauder. I have this Condor Undertaker. I have the Ontario Knives SP10 Marine Raider Bowie, which is also just an unstoppable, just massive, beastly Bowie knife. But this is just, it's a gorgeous blade. I have really big hands, and this thing makes my hands look small. It's big. It's much bigger in person than you can even see on the YouTube videos and the commercials and things like that. I don't think you can fully appreciate the size and scope of this blade until you hold it in your hand, and then your first reaction is, holy crap. I like big knives, I carry big knives, and this one made me say, like, whoa, that's big. I like the aggressive look, the aggressive curves. This thing is made for slicing and jabbing. You know, if you're going to fight an abominable snow monster or whatever, this would be a good choice. So just a quick, 6 or 8 minute video just to introduce the knife. Anybody that's subscribed to my channel, I've been quiet for a while. I apologize for that. I'm still collecting and using my knives, and that's the big thing for me, is I'm a user. This knife is still brand new. I went to camp this past weekend, and I used it for chopping vines and grapevines and delimbing small dead trees that I would chop down for firewood, and use this to take the limbs off, and then just a bow saw to cut the tree into firewood. And I was very impressed. I was chopping some, I never kill live trees. When you go to camp, you cut down just dry, dead, thin trees, 3-4 inches thick. And then it's very dry, hard wood. And I mean, the edge after delimbing, 4 or 5, 20, 30 foot tall, sapling type trees that were nice and dry and hard. I mean, this 1075 is just really good. Nailed the heat treat, no issues. I could still shave with it. And, once you get to this point of sharpness, even if you end up, using the knife for a day on the farm or in the woods, you can just take it across your leather strop with some polishing, buffing material, and just bring that edge right back. Great knife. Very excited about this knife, and I will make sure to post more videos here soon. And thanks for watching.